Hey guys, I'm going to show y'all assignment 3. It's gonna take a bit. Took me a while. I don't know how fast I'm gonna be able to get through it because it is a lot of work. But I am going to do it on disposable income and unemployment because those are the ones I had. So if I pause and I don't know, it looks funny because I don't know how the pause is gonna work. Just ignore me. It's probably because I had to take a break or something. So, when you start assignment 3, you should have assignment 2 done already. And I'm going to be going back and forth between what I have on mine and what I need to put on the other because it took me so long that I barely remember everything we're supposed to do. But I'm going to try to help y'all if I can. By the way, if anybody shares this outside our secret group without letting me know or asking me, yeah, I won't make another. I will not be happy. I don't want anybody in the eco group having it. If somebody PMs you and asks you for it, or you really want to send it to somebody, you better fucking ask me first. Anyways, so you start on the assignment. You just start with your variables, whatnot. This is gonna be. I'm gonna format it a little bit differently, but only because it's not my assignment. You can see mine over here. Anyways, so you just put your x variables. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay, so you start with your first. He said that there should be 6 different models. That is because we have to do decomposition, ARIMA, and either double exponential or Winters, depending on if your variable has seasonality. Now, for unemployment, I have to use Winters because it does have seasonality. As he said in his lectures, you cannot, if something has seasonality, you can't use the double exponential method for it. So you'll see both of them, which is good. I guess it'll help. Anyway, so you just copy your time series plot from your assignment 2 of your first variable. I know I have a lot of things open. I'm going to try to do this as easily as I can. So you copy your first one, and then whatever you wrote about in your assignment 2 goes underneath it. So this is assignment 2 sentence. About trend, cycle, and seasonality. Then you move on to you do the first one. Oh, this is gonna irritate me. Hold on. I do this all in Times New Roman. I hate anything other than Times New Roman. So the first one you do is the decomposition forecast. This is going to be a whirlwind because it took me about a week to finish this. So I don't remember exactly what all I did. Oh, you know what? No, it's okay. So for decomposition, you go to time series decomposition. Your variable is unemployment. Your seasonal length is 4 because you do have seasonality. Okay. And then you're going to storage residuals, seasonally adjusted data. Oh. And then I think seasonals. Oh, I think it's trend line. Okay. You also want to generate 9 forecasts. Okay. So make sure you also click forecast in the storage and click OK. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that. Need this. And then what you do is how this one has forecast right here. You have to take this, copy it all, or well, cut it all. And then you have to go down right past the last thing of data that you have, paste it, and I'm going to label this or we're going to do UR for unemployment rate, decomp forecast. Okay. So then you go to stat, time series plot. You got to do multiple. Okay. And you're going to click unemployment in your UR, unemployment rate decomp forecast. Okay. And now they're together. See? So they're on the same graph. So then you just paste it back in your assignment 3. Oh, we have to do cycle. Okay. Because unemployment has seasonality, you have to do the cycle. Take out the cycle or something like that. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Oh, Jesus, I don't remember what I did. Okay, calculator. Yes, I do. Calculator. Store for both. Oh, cancel. On the next, we need to label this cycle factors. Label the next column cycle factors. Go to calculator, store variable in the cycle factors column, and then your expression is this unemployment divided by your season. Oh God, is it trend? I think it's trend. I'll know when the number comes up, but I think it's trend. So on cycle factors, you take the very last one, so copy that, Son of a bitch, I should have wrote all this down. And then you do calculator, times your decomp forecast times your cycle factor. Oh, but you want to put the variable. We're going to do C10 because I forgot to label it. You want to put it in a clean column. This is cycle adjusted forecast. Oh, we're just going to save. Then you go to stat, time series plot, multiple. And instead of unemployment in your decomp, you're going to do the cycle unemployment in the cycle adjusted forecast. Yeah, okay, so see how now compared to, let's find it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so this was our decomp forecast. This is our cycle adjusted. See how the forecast moves from up here to down here where the trend is? That's what you have to do. So then you take this one and you copy it. You paste it again. Okay, since I kind of rushed through that and forgot what I was doing, let me go over it again. So when you run the forecast, the decomposition forecast, you save this trend, the seasonality, and the residuals. That's how you get your decomp forecast right here. You go to calculator, and to get the cycle factors, you have to choose up here in the store result variable, you have to choose cycle factors, which I labeled, and it's unemployment divided by trend. Okay, that's how you get your cycle factors. Then once you get your cycle factors, you take the very last number and you go to calc, your decomp forecast times your cycle, your last cycle number. See it? And I didn't label at the time. I didn't label the column, but if you label it first, you know, you have to choose up here or write C10, C9, C28, whatever you're on. You'll have to do that a couple times. So when you multiply them and you store them, you get the new cycle adjusted forecast. And that's how you come up with this new graph. So I'm going to make these smaller. So decomposition. Oh, okay. You need to, if you have to cycle, you need to put above it this little sentence: the cycle adjusted forecast is identified below. Cycle factor that was used, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna copy this cycle forecast number, replace it because I had a different one, and I only have a different one even though I use the same variables. I have a different one because Ashland's revenue goes way farther back than mine does. Also, at the beginning of your decomp forecast, you want to put, I'll upload mine as well, by the way. You want to put your forecast values. Oh. So, I'm going to take the decomp forecast values that I got, the first one, not the cycle ones, the first ones. Forecast values. So that they know what you're talking about, because they're not going to see your mini tab. I freaking hate words sometimes. Anyways, there's your forecast values. But then, when you go to do your cycle factors, that's when you need to come in here after your cycle adjusted cycle factor. You need to go put the cycle adjusted values and do the same thing. Copy them from mini tab. Now, like I said on assignment 2, in the eco group, there is assignments labeled just eco 309, assignment 1, 2, or 3. That is what I'm following because I like the way that her papers are set up more. The other one has like little boxes to the side. That format I can't handle it, so I just don't want to use it. Okay, so now that we're done with decomp, that's it. You do need to write down here, after you run them all, write a sentence or two about whether or not this is a reliable forecast. Now, your MAPE, which you see like right here, this is 20. I'm not sure what the MAPE is after the cycle factor. I watched him do it on his lives, and I didn't see one, so I don't think I have to have one. But it was 20, and you really want it like closer to 1, or like if you have out of all 3, a decomposition, whichever exponential smoothing one you choose, and then ARIMA, if all of your MAPEs are like 27 and 3, you would go with the one that has the 3 because it has the lowest MAPE, unless it doesn't positively remove enough cycle and trend to generate good reliability. I know that's a lot to handle. He talks about it a lot in his live. I don't really know how to explain that. Okay, so because unemployment has seasonality, we're going to use winters. Okay, and you would put in here, unemployment rate shows signs of seasonality. Therefore, the winter's okay. So then we go back to our mini tab. We're going to go to stat, time series, winter's method, unemployment, select seasonal length because it does have seasonality 4. Now I'm going to change these to, you put 09, 05. The only reason I know to put those there is because he did it in his live. So from this, you want to store the forecast, the residuals, the trend, and fits. Seasonal. Okay, so trend, seasonal, residual, forecast. Okay. So, let me make sure I'm not missing nothing. Okay. We're just going to click OK. And here's your winter's plot. I'm going to copy that. Put it over here. Minimize it. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did, and I'm going to copy the forecast. Put forecast values. Paste. Now I'm only doing it, the formatting this way because I like it. He didn't say anything about formatting. You can format it however you want. This is just how I've always done all my papers. So it irks me not to have them, I don't know, uniform looking. So after we put that, we put the forecast values. You can see that this model has a 3.2 MAPE, which is pretty good. And now you are going to go to back to mini tab, time series. Oh, just kidding. You need to relabel this as winter's forecast. And then you need to control cut, control paste after the last revenue data. Stat, time series plot, multiple, okay, unemployment, and the winter's forecast. Okay. See? Now you have it together on one graph. Copy, paste onto your Word tab. Now for your double exponential smoothing, or well, for any exponential smoothing, he wants you to have time series plot of residuals, histogram, autocorrelations. So we're going to do those. They're pretty easy. This is your residuals right here, the RSI2. So you're just going to stat time series plot. Simple because it's only one. And we're going to do residual 2. Okay. So we're going to copy Paste that. Then you're going to do a histogram. You're going to do stat or graph. Just kidding. Histogram with fit. Okay. Let me look at my paper again. Yeah, it's going to be of the residuals. So click residuals again. Okay. This shows the reliability, just so you know. Okay. There you go. Copy. Paste. And then you're going to run the autocorrelation. Stat, time series, autocorrelation, residuals. Once again, I'm just double checking because I don't want to do this wrong on the video and then y'all do it wrong. So, autocorrelation, do the number of lags is 50. Okay. So then you have your autocorrelation, Control V, or copy Control V, and then your autocorrelation function up here, which also shows your lag data. So you're gonna enter, paste that one. Now you don't need all of these. So you only need the 12th and the 24th. So delete those. I deleted 50 through 25. Now I'm going to delete 23 through 13 because I don't need them. And 1 through 11. So now I just have 12 and 24 there. This is where he was saying in his lives, if it's under or over 21 or under or over 36.4, I believe it is, how it shows the reliability. So on mine, like, it doesn't, let's look at this one. You can see right here on lag number 4, because it goes above that red line, lag number 4 is statistically significant, which means that it left some kind of data behind. You can also see it kind of touching the red one right there and right there. So those are things that she'll need to comment on. So this is just a sentence about the graph. Sentence or two about LBQ values. Let's see. We need a sentence about this. So from what I gathered is if it's close to 0, it means that the residuals are random, but they're not significant. If they're a negative but really close to 0. If the means is positive and you get a little bit of a higher number, that means, what did he say? I had it written down. That means that it is, oh, I forgot. Y'all are going to have to look it up if you have one of those. Then after time series, or the residual time series plot, this is just a sentence about whether or not residuals are random or left behind. Okay. I'm going to kind of stop real quick. I'm going to pause it. So if it does something weird, very sorry. But next, all we have is that's it for winters. Now we have the Arima forecast. I'll be right back, y'all. Alright, y'all. I'm back. Sorry. Okay, so we left off on Arima. So we're going to go back to mini tab. Arima is a little bit more complicated, but I think we'll do fine. So you're going to do unemployment, select. Four seasons, because this one has seasonality. Oh, you know what? Oh, Lord. I've already forgotten how to do Arima. Okay. Give me a second. Let me go watch the thing again. Okay, just kidding. I don't remember what to do. So, gotta go to stat, time series, differences. God. Maybe I'm not doing this right. Y'all are gonna have to bear with me because I don't even remember. I hate this fucking assignment. Okay, I know you have to do the differences. Let me try this. Time series, differences. You can do unemployment. Okay. Store differences and oh yeah, I forgot. Oh no, it's the trend. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just ignore this whole part of the video. I'll just freaking be right back. Okay, y'all. I was right the whole time. There's just so much to this assignment that you kind of forget it all. So go to time series, difference. We're going to click unemployment, select, and label it. One trend, difference, two trend. Okay. So label them and then time series, difference. We're going to scroll down. Or we're going to click unemployment. Okay, store differences and one trend difference. I'm going to do lag 4 because this one has seasonality. Like I said earlier in the autocorrelation, you can see that lag 4 was popping up. That's why we're going to choose lag 4. Click OK. Then you're going to go to... Oh, that's going to bother me. You're going to do it again. Stat, time series, difference. But this time, you're going to difference the first trend and put it the second trend. Okay. So then, after we have our second difference, we're going to go to stat, time series, ARIMA, unemployment, 4 periods, 1, 2, 1, 1. Take off this include constant term. Forecast. You want to choose 9. Oh, I was just kidding. You put it in lead. I forgot. Okay. Storage. Residuals. I don't think we need bits. Residuals. Okay. Yeah. So then, go over here. Where did my forecast go? Stat. Do this again. Okay, we're going to delete this one. Stat. Time series. Forecast. 9. What are you doing? You bunch of jerks. Okay. Storage. Well, that's right. Graphs. Time series plot. Let's see if that's it. I think that's what it did. That is not it. No, we don't want that. I don't know why the forecasts. Well, the forecasts are right here, but I don't know why they're not popping up. ARIMA. Let's do. See if I need to label it. Oh, there. That's why. You need to put in there. Okay. So stat, time series, ARIMA, and then when you go to forecast, in the forecast spot right here, you need to label where you want it to go. My bad, y'all. I'm going to relabel this forecast as ARIMA. Oops. Come on. ARIMA forecast. I'm going to Control X. I'm going to move it to the bottom. Paste. Okay. Now we're going to stat, time series plot, multiple. Okay. I'm going to do unemployment and the ARIMA forecast. Okay. So you just copy and paste this one. Take it back to your, that is the wrong document. Take it back to your assignment 3. Paste. Keep in mind you still need to put the forecast values. Oh, ignore my devious laughter. Somebody I've never even seen the name of before just asked me if I was available Sunday to help them with this. That would be a big old negative. Single. Oh, well, that doesn't matter, but that's what I want to do. So we have the REMA forecast. Now you have to include the final parameters, which is right here. And actually, you need control. I'm going to make this smaller if I can. Control C, Control V, final parameters. You also need these small texts below it. Paste, Control C, copy, paste. Then you need the modified box pierce. Control C, Control V. And I think that. Oh no. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So under this one, you want to put your mate. Oh no. Just I'm going to put your mate right here. Jesus, I can't type today. Now, I had to email him to figure out how to calculate the mate. I will go ahead and just screenshot the email and post it. With that, or with this in the group. Okay, right here, you want to comment on the t-values and the p-values, because just like with assignment 2, these have to be significant. They're all over 1.96. These are all under 0.05. This right here is the lags, just like we had before. So you want to comment here on the lags again, on reliability, whether or not information was left behind, so on and so forth. And now we're going to start disposable income. So as you can see, I think this is the longest video I've ever made for y'all. Oh crap, I forgot something, but that's okay. It's not, as long as it is, I honestly would not recommend breaking it up over a couple days, because I did that and I kept getting lost on what I had previously done. So it's up to you. But there's so much that goes into it. I would come back to my mini tab and I would forget everything I had done. Or forget everything I had done. And I couldn't remember where I left off and what I had left to do. I honestly would just try to do it all in one sitting. Okay, so after REMA, what I forgot is that you need to put a graph, a time series plot of all three forecasts. So I'm going to go through here on mini tab, and I'm going to delete all these cells that have the asterisks in them, because what that does is it brings the forecast back to the top, and if you don't do it, it's going to, and you do the time series like this, it's not going to have it as, 9 different values. It's still going to do 200 or what are we at, 138 or something. So they're going to look uber small. I did it the wrong way when I first did mine, and I was like, oh god, it looks terrible. And then I figured out that you have to delete these. Jesus Christ, it's like, there's no slow, it's just 90 miles an hour. Okay, so delete cells. And then, Jesus Christ. And delete cells again. If you do it like that, where you right click and do delete cells, it moves them all up to the top so that you don't have to. I'm going to delete this column because there's nothing there. So we're going to go to stat, time series plot, multiple. Okay. And you are going to do the cycle adjusted forecast or your decomp forecast if you don't have the cycle adjusted. One is forecast and ARIMA forecast. Okay. And there you go. You have all 4. Now, see how this is, if I hadn't deleted them, there would be a whole bunch of blank space right here. And these would probably be like this small, like in between here, because it's only, 9 values instead of 200. So copy that, paste it to your Word document, just to see, the different data that came up. I think I commented. Oh yeah, I did. So this is where you're gonna comment. You're gonna comment here about which forecast is more reliable. Okay, so now you're done. So now you go back to start on disposable income, which if you don't have seasonality, let me tell you, double exponential is just so much more easier. So I'm going to copy the time series plot from assignment 2 so that I don't have to redo it because I'm, that lazy. You could just redo it, it's fine, but like I said, I'm lazy. Okay, so then you're going to have your sentence from assignment 2 about trend cycle seasonality, which obviously this one doesn't. And then start your decomp forecast. Go ahead and put forecast values here because we're going to have to. Okay. So then you go back to mini tab, minimize that, we don't need it. Now, if you look at the mini tab now, all this right here, this is all for unemployment. So, if you want to keep them all together, you can copy all these cells, or actually cut all these cells. Copy, because you don't want to delete all that. And then paste it over here. Okay. Now I'm going to rename this one so that there's no confusion for the actual program, because you can't have two columns named the exact same thing. They all have to differ a little bit. So I want it to be disposable income so that y'all know what I'm talking about. So now we have disposable income over here. If you want to, you can click the very top where the C19 is and do insert column to kind of give it a gap if you need space in between. I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Okay. So we're going to go to stat, time series, decomposition. There is no seasonality for that one. So we're going to choose disposable income, select, no seasonal length. Just going to click OK. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? Okay, I guess we keep 4 in there. Let's see. Yeah, we do. Sorry. Okay, so copy this. So your seasonal for both of them, I guess, in decomposition should be 4. Oh, that's my paper. Why does it look so much different? No. Stat, time series. What was I doing? Decomposition. I don't. 0. What is going on? Oh, it's being a dickhead. That's okay. Anyway, it just has a trend line with it. It's not terrible. It's just, I don't know. Okay, so down here, we're gonna paste it. Over here, I have to go all the way over. I'm going to delete all of these because they're the exact same since I ran it twice. Delete cells. Okay. So this is your disposable income decomp forecast. So we're going to Control X, take it to the very bottom, Control V. So then you go to Stat, Time Series Plot, Multiple, okay. Disposable income, select, and disposable income decomp forecast. Okay. Control C, minimize it, take it back to your Word document, paste. Pretty easy, not that bad. I did not put the forecast values in there though. So we go back here, we're going to copy these forecast values, Control C, and then Control V. I like everything single. And you're done with decomp forecast for that one. Super easy. So that's it. Double exponential method because it doesn't have seasonality. And like I said, I'm just comparing it to my paper to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Look, it is the same. I just put them in a different order. Mine did have the trend line, so just kidding. Just kidding. I lied. Mine did have that thing. I thought I messed it up somehow. Nope, just had them backwards. So then we go to double exponential method. Gonna write pretty much disposable. This income does not have seasonality, therefore double exponential method is used. Okay, so then forecast values. I'm gonna go ahead and single this now so it doesn't irritate the shit out of me. Okay. So then we're gonna come up here and we're gonna go Stat, Time Series, double exponential smoothing, disposable income, select, generate forecast, 9. Okay. Here we go. Copy. Paste. Go back to your forecast values. Minimize that. Oh no, it didn't store my... What in the world? Oh, I didn't do... Aha. See? Messed up. Storage. Forecast. Okay. Minimize that one. You name this as double forecast. They're up here at the very top, so Control X, Control V. I'm also going to Control C them again so that I can put them in the Word document. And then we're going to do the same thing. Stat, time series plot, multiple, okay. And disposable income and double exponential forecast, okay. Copy. Paste. Now, oh, I didn't store the residuals, y'all. See, look what happens when I get ahead of myself. Crap. Okay, since we already have the forecast, I'm just going to go back. Time series, double storage. I'm not going to store the forecast. I'm going to store the residuals. And I'm going to do trend estimates because I can't remember if I need them or not. Okay, so there's the residuals. So then I need stat, time series plots, single. We need the residuals for the double exponential. Okay. Control C. We need the histogram, so graph, histogram, with fit, okay. Residuals 4 because that's the one that came from the double exponential, okay. Control C, Control V. See, this mean is really high. That's what I was talking about with the positives. Stat, time series, auto correlation. Y'all are gonna have to hold on 1 second. Ashlyn's calling me. Okay, y'all. Anyways, we were doing the auto correlation function for the residuals. We're gonna go down to residual 4 because that's the double exponential residual. 50 lags. Okay. Copy. Paste. Done. Do autocorrelation. Copy. Paste. Delete everything but the 24th and the 12th lag. And then we have, yeah, that's it for this one. Yeah. So then we need to comment on the LBQ values. Comment on any significant data such as lag 2. Comment on residual info. Or well, comment on residual reliability, whether or not it's significant or random. Comment whether residuals are random or leave information behind. Oh, you need to. So that is all for double exponential. A lot more easier than Winters. So then we go into the ARIMA forecast. Okay, so ARIMA is a little bit different because this one doesn't have the seasonality. Okay. Just double checking with myself. Ignore that. My bad. Clicked the wrong thing. Stat, time series, ARIMA. We're not going to fit the seasonal model. Disposable income, select. All the other stuff stays the same. Okay. Oh no, what happened? Okay, what we gotta do is do the. Oh no, it all worked. I just didn't store any of it again. I'm so smart, y'all. So smart. Damn. Oh wait. Cancel. Cancel. Forecast. Oh no. That's okay. We'll just change that to C28 because I screwed it up. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, Control C. Forecast. Copy. Control V. Rename this. Disposable income. ARIMA. Save. Move these. Control X. To the bottom. Control V. Let's see, we need the final parameters box. Control C. Both sentences underneath. And then sentence about t-value and p-values. Need this chi-square box. Control C. a sentence about lag information. Let's see, what else do we need? We need a stat time series multiple. Okay. And then disposable income and ARIMA. Okay. C, Control V. And we go back here and we delete all of this, all the asterisks. Delete cells. Delete cells. Okay, now they're all at the top. And we set time series, multiple. This time we're going to click decomp forecast, double exponential forecast, and ARIMA forecast. Okay. And there you go. So, after this one, we have sentence or two about reliability and which forecast is better. Okay. After this one, you also need to put MAPE information, which, like I said, I'll post that on how to calculate that. Let me just double check this. Get the email. Oh, this one needs to come off. We don't need this one. So backspace that one.